Hello, Professor, and any friends that decide to watch this. This is my little walkthrough of my digital prototype called Sightline. Sightline was the name of the game I developed over the course of the semester for my game architecture class. Um, it started off taking inspiration from two games. One was a party game for the Wii U, um, and the other a horror game that featured like a shift in perspective where you'd be top down but also sometimes look first person, and I thought that was really interesting. It did not come that did not ended up being included, although it was a very interesting concept. It was not I could not find a reason to justify that mechanic. And it's more of the other inspiration now. It's kind of a party game, I'd like to think, or the groundwork for one. My physical prototype involved stitching two boards together, and having a one player play on one and the other play on the one on top. So that player would be on top would be the investigator. The way the game works, there's four investigators and one phantom. The phantom is looking to close the distance on the investigators and drop their health bar to zero. Um, Investigators are hunting through the space. They cannot see around them very well. They only have a limited field of view, so it would be a 3 by 3 around their character as they move. And they're hunting for these objects called anchors, and they're looking to cleanse them. And that involves going up to it, well, locating it, going up to it, and interacting with it for 2 rounds to pass, and then moving on to the next. Um, Characters move by roll of dice, and they draw cards every round to give them a wide range of effects. And the cards are what really gives the game the fun, because it's supposed to do a lot of different things, and from like swapping rooms around, creating portals, allowing players to go through walls. That's the Phantom's kind of thing. Investigators have a lot of intelligence that they can use to track the Phantom's location and plan accordingly as they make their way to anchors. So that's where the meat of the game would come from. And I've tried to make a lot of the base mechanics here for the prototype. So as we can see, um, the blue one is the Phantom, and the yellow is the Investigator. It's only 2 players for now. There would be more in the future. And as the Phantom, the anchors are you can place yourself. Um, I can click E on my keyboard and place them wherever I choose. In the actual game, there'll be corridors and locked off rooms. So they're not all on one spot. I have decided that the Phantom cannot place them all in one room, so they can't just like camp them. Um, so, but I have like a 10 by 10 board here just to showcase the mechanics I made. So I'll place one anchor here, another here, and one here. And that is their locations. And then after that, the setup phase, the investigators go first. They choose they would choose there's a button. They would draw a card first, and they would roll a die. So they get to move 5 spaces, and they have their card at the top of the screen. C is to draw a card, R is to roll, and I can move around. As I move, the field of view is indicated by the white spaces. And then once I run out of turns, it's the Phantom. And as you can see, the Phantom can see everything on the board while the investigator cannot. and they have their own little radius, which is not for sight, but it is to show how close they have to be to injure the player. Oop, I tried to attack. I can draw a card. Each player has their own deck of cards. Right now, there's only 2 cards, Jolt and Falter. Falter makes it so the other player has their movement, their roll reduced by 2, and Jolt plus is 2 to your own roll. So I draw a card, I roll. It's gonna go over here. I'll go again. Maybe I use a card, and you can see it get consumed, and then I'll roll. And I have found an anchor here. So now I will click it, and now it immediately ends my turn, even if I had more spaces, and now it is the Phantom. And I can draw, roll, and move over here. Here's another card. And since they're cleansing, I get to go twice in a row as the Phantom. I roll the 1 again. Anchor cleansed, and now I get to go elsewhere. I got a 1. Okay. Phantom turn. Let's try going. I got Falter 3 times in a row. Let's try going over here to the Investigator. When I get close enough, I can hit F to injure them. So there is a health bar. You have 3 hearts, and injuring them removes 1. So the Phantom cannot just like hug the Investigator the entire time. I've made it so that when they damage them, they now have to go somewhere else. And I have done that by numbering the anchors, and now you have to teleport to it. So the idea from the physical prototype is you place an anchor at the start of the match. When you injure somebody, you then have to teleport to it to give that player enough time to compose themselves and adjust, just to kind of slow things down a bit. Otherwise, they might stack cards and effects to just kind of hug them until they die immediately. So I want there to be kind of waves of attack. It's Investigator's turn. Attacking and teleporting ended the Phantoms immediately, and now we can't see where they went because it is Investigator's turn. We'll go over here. Okay, I placed it over here, and I'll start cleansing. I clicked 2 on the keyboard, so that was the second anchor I placed, and it made me teleport to it. I have another thing where if you hit max cards, you can replace it. So you don't always have to use them. You can use as many as you want in one turn, and you can use it anytime throughout your turn. You don't have to wait before you roll. You can just, I'll replace this one. And I tried to drop, and now maybe I just stack. I use this one, and I'll get Jolt, and now I get some more turns to move, and I'll stop here, or no, because I get to go twice because they're cleansing. It's moving this around. And you can see as the Investigator now, I can see the Phantom because they're in my field of view. And cleansed anchors, of course, remain cleansed, and you can see that. I'll grab a card, and I will use Jolt. I must have rolled 3 there. I'm not sure what the original roll. I got -2'd, and then I +2'd. Made up for that. Phantom's turn. I'm going to attack immediately and teleport immediately, but then I'll let the Investigator get this cleanse off. Go over here, wondering about, replace a card, because you can't have more than, I'm not close enough. On your last turn, you cannot cleanse. You need to close the distance and then space, so I happen to have Jolt, which gives me another turn to make it. and begin the cleanse, and I will use all of my turns as Phantom, which can be skipped. I can click enter to skip a turn on either side, but I'll just run out of moves, and I win because I cleansed all three, and I can restart the match by pressing T, and then it just starts over. So that's everything I made. Those are all the mechanics, cards, getting to hold. They're separate decks. You get to hold. Each player holds 3 sets of cards. Can apply the effects to the other player. Phantom has a attack little space, 3x3 around them. The investigator has 3x3 vision. You place anchors, they need to be cleansed. And what, am I missing anything? Yes, I am. The investigator can attack the Phantom. If I can close the distance here. Good rolls. I attack them, and then I get to go again. So you don't attack the Phantom, and then you get, then it's their turn, and they just attack you back. Now you get an extra roll where you can play again and make more distance to run away from them if need be. And that should be all the mechanics. If I had more time, I would break up this grid into different corridors, and so instead of 10x10, it maybe be 3x6 or 4x4 room, all interconnected with single line tiles to make kind of a interconnected set of squares and rectangles. But yeah, hope that was everything. More can be found in my game design document if needed. Thank you for watching.